And I think it's time, and I think all of you agree with me and know this, that we stand up and we take to the streets and we stomp our feet and we say to everybody who will listen and to some who will don't, that equality and justice is for everybody. We don't want anything special. We don't want anything different. We just want equality.
Anybody see my spouse, Tom Moulton? Come over here. Hello, New York. Welcome to Astoria. I know my husband. Yes, I said my husband. Because we are a married couple. I met my spouse, Tom, at Sunday Mass. Yes, at Sunday Mass, you know. Hold on for a second. So, and then in 2003, it took me a while to come up with his proposals, but we had a wedding, and we exchanged promises, we exchanged rings in May 2003. In fact, it was the same day that Mayor Giuliani was on his third marriage. Anyway, a month after that, sitting at the computer at home, the news came down. Canada was extending marriage to same-sex couples. Many of us cried. So what did I do? I called Tom and I said, let's get ready, we're heading to Canada. I've checked it out, there are no residence requirements. I don't want to spend one day longer as a second-class citizen. So we got on the bus. Yes, here it is. It's a legal marriage certificate. The judge who married us, Judge Harvey Brownstone, looked at us and said, you are just as married as any other couple that is married in Canada. And wherever you go, your marriage deserves equal respect and honor. Well, back we came to New York. Well, you know, we didn't get equal respect and honor. It came in bits and pieces. Lucky enough for me, Tom's hospital where he works as a pediatrician extended health benefits to me as his married spouse. As soon as we went to our local bank, I started filling out forms married, not single, and I've done that ever since. And then, of course, you do realize Governor Patterson this year amended, New York state law to recognize, finally, marriages from outside the state of New York. On our way back, I decided it's not enough for us to have this experience. So with Jesus LeBron and others, we set up the Civil Marriage Trail. And since then, since 2003, we have literally helped dozens, hundreds of couples to cross the border to Canada, to Massachusetts, and elsewhere for marriage. It is time, so in fact, New York State, in a very odd way, as I'm often reminded, we're different. Because New York State does recognize some same-sex marriages, those who've married outside the state. So in a weird way, we could be getting on the metro to Stamford and getting married and coming back and having it recognized. Here's what this means. As Comptroller Bill Thompson pointed out, if marriage was extended to same-sex couples in New York, this would bring $210 million to our economy annually. That's why we need. Secondly, this situation discriminates against couples who cannot afford or are able to take the time off or have the funds to go to Stamford or Toronto or Boston. New Yorkers need to be able to get married right here in New York. And it's going to happen. Here's a beautiful thing. People have been talking about whose shoulders we're standing on. Shortly after Stonewall, what did activists decide to do? One of their first actions was they took over New York City's Marriage Bureau in June 1971. Think about that. Right after Stonewall, our activists, leaders, they knew that our relationships, our families deserved full equality, and they went to the Marriage Bureau and took it over. That was 1971. This moment in history in New York has been a long time coming. We don't need to wait one day longer. Thanks to you, all of you, the hundreds of you, and right from the north of this state to its most southern tip, there are groups like you and I who are pushing for equality and have had it with second-class citizenship. Absolutely. The long night of inequality is near over. The dawn of equal rights right here in New York is upon us. Let's make it happen now.
So we encourage every one of you to not just ask your senator what they will vote for, but ask them why they are voting that way. Particularly those that may say that they're undecided or are saying no. Why are you saying no? And if so, ask them, do they believe in the Constitution? Civil unions are not equal to marriage. Do they not know? New Jersey's already done that experiment, and it was proven they are not equal. So any senator that says that civil union is the answer, we must say no. It is not the answer. It's been tried.